Is Ultimate Masters really devaluing previous Master sets? The problem with this question is that it's too straightforward. We have to look at plenty of different things like age of the sets, the reprints, and sealed or singles, because sealed and singles are two really different markets. So let's just get right into it. I want to talk about all of these things and really give you my opinions on if I really think Ultimate Masters is devaluing previous Master sets. So looking at singles first, Ultimate Masters does contain a fair amount of reprints from previous Master sets. It's not a bad set from what I have seen and what I personally think about it, but there's not enough to crash the reprint market or anything, but enough to devalue some of the singles. And also taking this into consideration, apparently the quantity of Ultimate Masters that was printed was double the number of Iconic Masters print runs, which would really affect the value of singles as well. I mean, the prices of cards that have been reprinted tons of times won't budge, like Liliana, or Tarmogoyf in a way. I mean, Tarmogoyf has a new art now, so when you bring a new artwork as well, it just makes the price of the newer version go up because people want to show off a new toy and want to show off that they've got the hot new ticket artwork. I personally am kind of that way. I really love getting new artworks, showing them off, and just having them sleeved up before almost anyone else does. That's just kind of the way that I personally work, and I know a lot of other people are that way too. So you do have to take into consideration new artworks, because Ultimate Masters does also have a lot of new artworks, and they're very big, valuable, good reprints, but new artworks does really change the value of these cards. But I'm sure there will be some singles that will get devalued due to reprints. That's how all reprint sets work, but that doesn't mean it's going to crash the market of the previous Master sets. The history of a lot of Master sets is it just doesn't devalue the previous set singles, just like the new printing of the singles goes down, because that's what's in circulation. Yes, it's the same card that's been around for years, like Liliana of the Veil, but it's a new printing and you're not seeing the Innistrad ones back in circulation. But when it comes to sealed, it's a lot different, because boxes in circulation, singles in circulation are very different. No one is releasing X amount of Masters 2013 into the market. The previous Master sets that have already aged at this point, and age along with the shrink wrap seal, is what is important to the value of these sets. Once you take that seal off, the age still holds. Putting a new product like a new Master set into the market doesn't replace those existing sets, and I feel like a lot of people kind of see it the opposite way. So the value of the older Master sets may drop by, say, $20, but that's because a few more people might throw their boxes on the market because they're worried in a price drop when that fear is uncalled for. The problem is that people that are investing in sealed boxes of these do not give into hype. They do not give into people thinking that sets are going to be lower or they're going to suddenly drop in price. They don't open them, they don't draft them. They are going to say, okay, well, might drop by a little bit of money, or there's new reprints, I'm just going to put it in storage or put it away, and I'm still not going to touch it because I've had this box for 5 or so years. I'm not going to give into hype, whether it's good hype or bad hype. We're not going to see Ultimate Masters tank a box of Masters 13 or 15 by $100 like some people might worry. That's just not how it goes when it's Masters reprint sets or from the history and what we've seen in the past Master sets. Besides Masters 25 and Iconic Masters, the other Master sets also don't have an EV higher than the sealed box. I mean, the expected value of Masters 2013 is around $350, but the sealed box itself is right around $500 to $550 on eBay. But when it comes to Masters 25, the box's EV is $170, and you can buy a sealed box for $140 off of eBay. Because these boxes are newer and they're still easily accessible, but in a year or so when these boxes aren't as easily accessible and people have circulated them and moved them around, put them away, opened them, drafted them, etc., it will be the other way that Master sets are. They'll be worth, say, $200 or so, but the EV will only be $150 to $170. Also, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and a lot of people don't constantly want to hear this, but I do have to point this out. We also need to take one little thing into consideration: card quality. The card quality of sets like Masters 13 and 15 are so much better than sets like Iconic Masters and Ultimate Masters. Alright, so let me put it this way. If someone held up an Ulamog from Masters 2015 or one from Ultimate Masters and they were the same exact price, I personally am going to pick the 2010 2015 Ulamog because the card quality was better than the recently printed set. And you might not instantly think of that, but you're always going to go for the older printing of something. It's just kind of the way that collectors, or even people in trading card games, in my experience, work. They kind of have that mindset even if they don't realize it. You're always going to go for the older version of it because it's most likely going to be more valuable, because we get in the process of thinking of the older it is, the more expensive it is, or the more it is collectible. So you always have that kind of thought in the back of your mind, and especially if you do kind of consider how bad card quality has been in recent times, you do have to think of card quality aspects as well, not just collectible aspects. Like I said at the beginning, the age of the set really matters, and the sealed or single aspect matters a ton too. That's why I really wanted to focus on more than one aspect. The value of a sealed box doesn't equate to the expected value of a box. There's two different markets and sometimes different types of collectors. Singles being devalued doesn't devalue the sealed box. I have to say that over and over again. A sealed box of Magic is a collector's and an investor's item, and that's just the nature of the market of Magic the Gathering and other trading card games, or even any collectibles. So that's all I really have got to say. I really wanted to focus on not only the singles, but the sealed, the age, the reprints. Everything really matters when it comes to master sets because they're such unique reprint sets. But if you like this video, make sure to give it a like if you agree with what I've said, and if you don't agree with what I've said or you didn't like the video, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate all of the feedback either which way. I hope that you guys enjoyed though, and I'll talk to you guys again really soon. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end of the video. You should click that subscribe button, and there are plenty of ways to show support to the channel, such as following me on Twitter, joining the Dark Titans Discord server, or even chipping in on Patreon and becoming a Dark Titan yourself. I'll see you all in the next video.